Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we're going to be doing a PvP showcase for the brand new Holiday Threads Izuku Midoriya. Now this guy is really good, and it makes me very happy to say that we finally have a counter to Fantasy Ida. Fantasy Ida's evasion is probably the bane of your existence if you're doing PvP like me and you're climbing through Ultra Arena. So a way to get around that is with the brand new Holiday Threads Deku. Now we do have other characters who were kind of counters for Ida before. Basically, if a character had Bullseye, they could be a counter for Ida. But there weren't a ton of characters that had Bullseye. For example, Present Mike was one of those characters that had Bullseye, the green one, but he's type disadvantaged against Ida, so it didn't work out very well. Now we have a type advantage character with a Bullseye on his action skill and a Bullseye on his plus ultra, so it makes him very good for getting rid of those pesky Ida players. And as you can see on defense, I am typically one of those pesky Ida people. I will use my Ida on defense along with Jiro and Araka for like a really high speed team. So even this team that I'm using right here is not going to outspeed them, and that's why I'm saying I think the new Todoroki and the new Asui paired with this Deku would actually be a really good team, because this Deku, let's face it, he's never going to outspeed Ida. Ida is speed, that's what he is. But what he is going to do is he's going to outpower Ida and be able to actually kill Ida through his evasions. He'll be able to bullseye him and get past Ida's evasion, which is really nice. Let's take a look at my character. I'll show you guys where he's at, and then we'll hop into this mock battle here. I have already done some tests, and I think it's really amazing what happens with this character. I think you guys will really enjoy seeing what happens. All right, so for my Deku, you can see I do actually have a little bit done on his DX piece route, because I, for whatever reason, have pulled 2 copies of him, but nothing else in my summons. If you guys haven't already seen my summon videos, go check those out. I will be doing a part 3 here soon. So if you're not already subscribed, go down there and hit that subscribe button. But we have 7,500 HP on the advanced leveling out of 9,000. 1560 out of power out of 1800, and 156 speed out of 180 on our speed. So there's still room to increase his speed, but like I said, probably still not going to surpass Ida unless I end up getting this guy fully DX somehow. And for the ability boards, I am a decent ways in on his peace route. I want to finish his peace route. Honestly, this is a character I think could be level 100. I think he could be very high on the tier list. Right now I have him placed in S rank on the tier list for PvP, because I didn't know what he was going to look like when he came out, but he might actually move up depending on how high of a level you get him. If you get him to max level to match all my other level 100s, I think he's actually very good after testing him out a little bit. He's really cool. All right, so for his basic route, I have him up to board 10. I have his first skill improvement. I don't have his second skill improvement, which comes on board 12 right here, which just basically increases his damage. It might actually increase, yeah, it increases the amount of speed you lower the enemy by, decreases opponent's speed by 35%. It increases that amount as well. So that's actually a useful thing to have, especially in PvP. So having this Deku on your team really isn't a detriment. You may not get the turn 1 advantage, but if you decrease the opponent's speed, you could definitely have the turn 2 advantage against Ida by decreasing the speed. So this Deku is actually like a direct counter to Ida. Very good. And so as you can see, he's board 10 there. And then on the peace route, I have him all the way up to all stats unlocked. Don't have this because you would need another copy of the character, but I actually have my Deku fairly far along. So yeah, he's actually pretty decent. Let's take a quick look at his skills. I know I've gone over them before, so I'm just going to go over them quickly here. His plus ultra move is called New Year Smash. It deals 700% damage, which is normal for a UR. But here's the important part: medium chance of stunning the opponent for 2 turns. That is really good. It actually hits more than you'd think. I've seen it hit a lot more than I thought it would. So for a medium chance is actually pretty good. And this skill lands a bullseye. That's the really important part. So even if Ida is evading, you're going to hit him anyways. And then his first action skill is both at the same time, gives character ability to make a last stand 2 times. That is absolutely phenomenal. You guys don't know how much this is going to come in clutch. I'll show you in this showcase. Increases character's critical hit rate by 30% for 5 turns. So in other words, you can stack it. and then also increases character's critical hit skill impact by 45% for 5 turns, which is also just ridiculous. He hits like a freight train if you hit a crit. Delaware Smash deals 300% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's speed by 30% for 3 turns. So like I said, if I had the next skill improvement, it would be 35%. So just keep that in mind. He can actually decrease speed even more than this. Low chance of stunning the opponent for 2 turns. This skill lands a bullseye if the opponent is a strength type character. Guess who's a strength type character? Ida is. So that's really nice. And then his first auto skill is My Best Performance. Once per battle, when character's HP is below 10%, increases character's critical hit skill impact by 40% and shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 5. Well, guess what? He is definitely going to get below 10%, and he's going to get that action skill cooldown time, and he's going to get the skill impact up by 40%, and he's just going to hit even harder. Additionally, every time a critical hit is made, increases character's power by 8% up to 6 times, and defense by 5% up to 6 times. So when you put him on a team with 2 healers, it's actually kind of insane. Useful experience increases character's critical hit rate by 12% for every 20% of HP lost. So this guy is just going to have a massive crit rate as we go through this. Like, he's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So let's hop in and I'll show you guys just how crazy this character is. As we get into this, you can see my defense team and my attack team are pretty much mirrored. The only difference is that Deku is now replacing Ida on my attack team here. So we're going to go ahead and do Jiro Stereo Speakers, which lets her hide and increases max HP of all allies. Then we're going to do the both at the same time, which increases our crit rate and gives us 2 last stands. And then we're going to do this, which decreases our action skill cooldown time with Uraraka. And you can see Deku took actually quite a bit of damage right there from the enemy Uraraka's puny little fists. So that is the one downside to this Deku, if you will, is that he has a pretty low health pool and he's pretty squishy, so just keep that in mind. But even though he's squishy, the fact that he has 2 last stands kind of makes up for it. So just keep that in mind. Like, it's not as bad as it sounds, and I'll show you guys why. It's actually a good thing that he loses health here in a second, which is a really weird thing to say, but it is a good thing. So we're going to use his Delaware Smash first. It decreases the opponent's speed for 3 turns by 30% and has a low chance of stunning the opponent. And it's a bullseye if you do it against Ida. So if we can land the bullseye against Ida and stun him, that would be phenomenal, but we'll see. That also helps us on the plus ultra turn. It seems like this stun, for whatever reason, doesn't have as great of a chance of landing as the plus ultra. Like, I don't think I've landed it very much. And as you saw right there, we didn't land it, but we did have the bullseye, which was nice. And now we have all 3 plus ultras, even though I missed the last tap with the Uraraka, it's fine. We are not going to outspeed them still, even though we sped down Ida. It's not going to make much of a difference when that team just has so much ridiculous speed. But it's fine as long as Deku survives their plus ultras, we will be able to attack Ida. And if we hit a crit, we can pretty much one-shot Ida. That's how ridiculous this Deku is, but I'll show you guys. All right, so here's the plus ultra against Jiro. She dodges it. Here's the plus ultra from the enemy Jiro against our Deku. You can see he's pretty much dead after that, but because he has the last stand, we're good. He gets attacked by Uraraka again, but because he has the last stand, we're good. Here's his sick plus ultra animation. Really, really cool. 79,000 damage, which is just insane, and Ida is dead. And as you can see, the bullseye went through Ida's evasion, ignored his 2 evasions, got rid of them completely. Then Uraraka was able to attack Ida and get rid of him. And if you noticed, our health was 0. Our health was literally nothing on Deku. But because we're on a team with 2 healers, look at his health now. Isn't that a bit ridiculous? Isn't that a bit insane? That's actually freaking nuts. So I really, really find this so cool. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. But like, did you expect that? Did you expect after seeing Deku at 0 health that he would be back up to full and ready to go again? I bet you thought he was done after that. No, that's insane, isn't it? All right, so we're going to continue here. We might actually die here. I'm not sure how this is going to play out from here, but we'll see. I know before when I've tested it, I've lost Deku a few times, but I still ended up winning the overall match. So the important thing really is getting Ida out of the way. You might not get your perfects, but you are going to at least probably win the match. Right there, I missed the tap, so that actually kind of sucks. We should have advantage right here when it comes to the turn, so let's go ahead and try to kill Todoroki. Oh, and we stunned him. That's actually massive. Well, it would have been massive if we didn't kill him with Jiro. I guess it didn't really matter as much. Okay, and then we had our last stand. Oh, we were so close to surviving with Deku. Oh no, Jiro finished him off with a normal attack. We were so close, but like I said, it's not so much about the battle, it's about the war, and we're gonna win the war. So that's the important part. This Ida has been like the bane of, I think, everybody's existence for a hot minute. So this is going to be a really nice character to have on your team, especially if you don't have Ida yourself. You might want to be pulling for this character because he's actually going to be very, very useful, the new Holiday Threads Deku. We'll go ahead and finish this match up just to show you guys that we do, in fact, win the match. Like, at this point, they only have 2 healers left on the team, whereas we have 2 healers plus Fantasy Todoroki. That's like automatically, infinitely, 1,000 times better. So we, of course, are going to win this. And it's all thanks to Holiday Threads Deku, who is just absolutely phenomenal and really, really ridiculous in my opinion. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. The only thing I would change about him personally is I wish he was just a little bit less squishy. I wish he had a little bit more health. But if you can find a way to increase his health or get him as high as possible, remember every 20% health he loses, you are gaining the extra crit rate and stuff. So you might not want to actually raise the health. You might want to just keep it where it's at. So like I said, it's not a terrible thing that his health pool is as low as it is. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so there is that match. Let's see if I can find you guys a actual PvP match to take this Deku into and show you guys how good he is. I would say this team is the perfect team to test our metal against right here because they have 441,000 BP. Now, obviously, it's not the 500,000 BP teams that you see. I'm not quite brave enough to do that, but I do think we can win this with Deku. It has Fantasy Jiro, Fantasy Todoroki, Fantasy Ida, Fantasy Bakugo, Fantasy Kaminari. He has a full fantasy team. I think this is our chance to prove that Holiday Threads Izuku Midoriya can stand up to the fantasy team. So let's go ahead and hop into this. Okay, so as we get into this, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be the first like semi-normal-ish team that I've taken Deku up against besides my own. So we'll have to see how this goes. We're gonna just kind of do the same strategy we did before, and we're gonna hope for the best. Obviously, I'm guessing we're not gonna outspeed them, so just keep that in mind. Oh, or we do. Or we do, so that's actually awesome. They had 441,000 battle power, and we do not. And we have 406, I think, and we still outsped them. So there you go. Deku's speed isn't all that bad. It's actually fairly decent. That's kind of crazy. I didn't expect that. We did decrease Ida's speed, so I did it a little bit different. I used Deku's second action skill first, but that's okay. And we'll go ahead and do this, and then, all right. So that's good. We dodged Jiro's attack, which is perfect. We're taking Todoroki's attack to the face. That's fine. That's whatever. And we dodged Ida's plus ultra, so that's good. Now we don't have to worry about Bullseye and Ida, which is kind of funny, but it's all right. All right, and that is our Jiro. Okay. We got our Deku putting in some work there. He got the stun. And then Todoroki's going to hit Deku, but Deku should be fine because he has a last stand. Actually, he didn't even take all our health away. So that's awesome. And then now we got Jiro's attack on Deku. Deku is still okay for that one hit, but then he got hit twice by Otto. So that's a little unfortunate. I need to find a way to keep him alive a little bit better. I think that way is genuinely going to be with to run him with the Christmas Sue and the new Holiday Threads Todoroki. But we'll have to wait and see until I pull Holiday Threads Todoroki, if I can pull Holiday Threads Todoroki. So we did at least kill the Ida. And remember, this is a much higher BP team. That was like our whole goal. That is what I was saying before. May not have won the battle necessarily because we didn't get the perfect and our Deku died, but hopefully we'll win the war in the end. So let's see. We're going to try. We're going to get rid of the Bakugo first here because, you know, if you know anything about Bakugo and he gets like 2 or 3 turns to just attack you, you lose. So hopefully we can just about kill him here. Or not. We're just not going to get anything done with Todoroki right there. I thought Todoroki would actually do more damage. Oh, we're getting in dire straits now. Are they going to be faster? No, we're faster. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so we're good. We're actually in a decent place right now. We lose our Todoroki, that's fine. To be expected. I probably actually should have switched out Purple Aizawa for someone else. The only reason I have Purple Aizawa on my team is for Adventure Awaits and the speed buff that Adventure Awaits gives. So probably don't do what I do. And I also have him on the team for the Justice Toll memory as well, where you have to have a UA high teacher on the team. So yeah, he's mainly there for memories. All right, so let's go ahead and do these. We get stunned. Okay, good. We did not get stunned. Kill Todoroki. All right, and we need to try and kill Kaminari in this next turn before Kaminari can do anything too wild to us. Oh, and we bound him. Perfect. That works. All right, Kaminari's dead. And now we just have to kill Jiro off. Perfect. And should I save the fist? Nah, it doesn't really matter at this point. And Aizawa should have a plus ultra right here. So does Uraraka. So Jiro's dead. It was a little bit of a nail biter there for a second, but we did end up beating a higher battle power team than our own. So that's a good thing. And like I said, half the battle is literally getting rid of Fantasy Ida. So if you can get rid of Fantasy Ida, you can now beat teams that you might have been like, oh crap, I have no chance against this team before. So now I would argue this character at least gives you more of a chance. I think if you were to get him to board 13 and he had a little bit bigger health pool, you don't want too much, like I said, but a little bit bigger, he would have more survivability. He would do better against these characters that are all board 13 in PvP, especially if you're in the upper ranks going towards Legend, trying to climb. So hopefully this video gave you guys a good perspective. Not a bad one, but a good one on what Deku can do. You know, he does have his downsides, but I think he is actually very, very good. I think his bullseye is amazing. I think he is definitely deserving of like S tier when it comes to the PvP tier list. Like he is actually going to be very, very good if you get him leveled up. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments though. What do you think of this Deku? Do you think he is a good character? Do you think I'm overrating him? Just let me know your guys' opinions in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.